My buddy Alt F4s out of every game. He's a psychopath. That's probably okay most of the time. A lot of games are very explicit about when they're saving. The only danger is like quitting when there's a file operation. Sometimes if you're in the middle of an exchange with a server, and you just bail out, it'll leave that like communication session open and won't start another one until it times out. But if you're getting up to walk away from your PC, who cares? Isn't there a tsunami happening in LA? No, there's a tsunami happening in Northern California. Bay Area, San Francisco. Is that the same developers that made the other Rogue game? Rogue Light?
Thank you for calling the PC Gaming Show Most Wanted. Your games are important to us. For exclusive new trailers, press 1. For in-depth developer interviews, press 2. To speak to a representative, say representative several times at different volumes.
This is Most Wanted. The future game show is a different...
Frankie Ward and PC Gamer's 25 Most Wanted games.
Oh, Frankie's back.
Stay on the line.
Yeah. Operator. Operator. I had to call my health insurance yesterday, so there was a lot of yelling operator at my phone. I don't think day 9's in this one. They didn't mention day 9. We can hope though.
Oh, hello. Welcome to the PC Gaming Show Most Wanted. I am Frankie Ward, broadcasting our show from a top-secret underground lab where the finest scientific minds of our generation are on the brink of an exciting new technological breakthrough, the invention of a numbered list filled with video games.
Yeah!
Been done before. Why spend
Times like these, I really need my
a secret lab to study video games? Because these days there are so
soundboard.
many games coming out, you need a wish list a mile high to keep track of them all. Did you know that by the time I finish this sentence, 14 more games will have been added to Steam, and 8 of them will be hidden object games about cats? To come up with a definitive list,
The rest
of
are
the most
Russian porn
exciting
games.
and anticipated PC games on the horizon, we've assembled a team of more than 80 talented game developers, prolific content creators, and expert critics. We gave them one assignment.
Flame overlay.
Upcoming games and catch the biggest and best
In a
games
fucking board
worthy
meeting
of your
room.
attention. Today, those 25 scientifically selected games will become PC Gaming's Most Wanted. And by the way, we've got a lot more than 25 games to show you.
This is a really good
We'll
set.
also be revealing some of the awesome games on PC Gamer's very own wishlist. Not only that, we traveled far from our secret lab this year.
Hey,
to
Stoots
provide
Magoots.
to game developers
Gotta
and
go to
studios.
work?
So
That's
we'll be
bullshit,
bringing
man.
you a behind-the-scenes look at some of the exciting games there.
Tell your boss that's bullshit.
Right, get ready, because our biggest show ever is about to begin.
It's almost 2025, and that's bullshit.
Some of the awesome games on the PC Gamer wishlist.
Hopefully we get another trailer for Spine.
The life of a merchant should be easy.
Titty sprinkles.
Yours is not. And yet, you want more. You seek wealth. A golden future for your friends.
Moonlighter 2? Yeah?
Meet.
I have not played Moonlighter.
Tell me, little merchant, how much can you take?
Cool. The Endless Vault. I gotta play Mouthwashing. See what the buzz is. What? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X or whatever? Not what I think about when I think about Ninja Turtles, but that's okay. That's awesome. The animations of the pieces are really cool looking. One of the things about the modern Renaissance, like the post-COVID Renaissance, is that we're getting a lot of branded games. Tactical Takedown. Look at that art, though. That's good. Who's making that? Strange Scaffold? Okay.
Wow, that is 2 world premieres right out of the gate, and the show just started. This is what we do here, folks, and we don't have any plans to slow down.
World premiere.
Good morning, crew. How is everyone doing today? Business as usual, it seems. Pirates inbound! We're out of juice!
Loads of multiplayer party games?
Hey, Captain. Is this an old friend of yours? That didn't go to plan now, did it? Let's load up and try again.
Soulmates? God.
In the shadowy
How are games getting the best titles of anything?
tree, where gadgets whir and whistle.
Like, movies are getting real dumb with their titles.
Society of over 80 gaming
It's like a movie just called Hot Dudes or whatever, and it's just hot dudes.
to select
Gotta cut through the noise somehow.
of the top
Indies always have like really quirky word plays and stuff. It's great.
upcoming PC games. So, who is on this council?
I'm Brian Wanya with Tripwire Interactive, and I'm on the council.
I'm Anna Demetrio. I'm a content creator and a voice actor, and I'm also a member of the council.
Hello, netizens.
Yay!
I, Day 9, a member of PC Gamers Council with a capital C.
Fitting.
Hello, gamers. I'm Tanya Short, the lead of Kit Fox Games. I am in my 2nd year in.
Nice plant. Look at that.
Welcome, gamers. It's me, Die Hard Diva, horror enthusiast, content creator, and your newest member of the council.
Presenting the council is nice. It is, when you have a show that is civilized like this. I feel like that would be a bad idea for the Game Awards, because people would harass. Okay, I'm into this. Weird chunky shit. Yeah, now we know who to blame, right? Huh. Orta?
Enough appetizers. Let's get to the main course, the first entry on our most wanted list.
Yeah.
Remember,
Morrowind
all
likes?
games
There's a
are
couple of them now.
selected and voted on by more than 80 industry experts. Here's the council's pick for number 25 of this year's most wanted countdown.
Number 25. Judas.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
It's Dash from Tech Radar Gaming. Back in 2007, BioShock blew everyone away by really pushing the envelope for video game storytelling. Now,
I don't know about this one.
From BioShock creative director.
I don't know about this
he's going
one.
to do
We'll
that
see. We'll
all
see.
Over again into
Sure.
You've got
I don't know,
3
man.
characters on board a giant where every decision.
I'm not convinced.
trajectory of the
I'm not convinced.
Which one are you going to side
Ken's
with?
got the
Whose
the
ideas
golden writing wand, but we'll
These are the
see.
kind of questions that I can't wait to sink my teeth into.
We'll see.
Of course, the story is just part of the picture.
Not that
It's also got an absolutely
not that people have to go back and revise their takes, but it's weird to me. Like a lot of rough games from the 2000s, people have woken up to kind of be like, oh, maybe that wasn't that good.
a combat system that mixes guns and supernatural.
It's interesting that nobody's
There's
really
an awful lot to get excited about.
gone back and really taken another more cultured look at BioShock Infinite.
Killing Floor 3.
The Elizabeth shit in that game is fucking weird.
I wanted to take a moment. And
That's
say
some like
thank you
David Cage level
to
creep
everyone at Tripwire.
going on.
A massive thank you to
But
our
everyone was
fans,
cool with it.
and thank you to PC Gamer. To be included in the 25 most wanted games of 2025 is an absolute honor. We're incredibly excited, flattered, honored,
I'm just repeating words now. That's how excited.
Yeah, it's weird and really poorly
Excited,
fleshed
and we
out.
wanted to
Yeah.
say thank you. So we're going to show you an
The
exclusive
first third is really
look at one of
cool,
our class
and
execs
then it just completely
reimagined
falls
for
apart.
Killing Floor 3.
Which, like, I think not only speaks poorly of the writing, but also just of the production. It wasn't a well-produced game. It wasn't finished. It shipped, which it probably never would have. Unless, like, yeah, Rod Ferguson was brought in to get that game out the door. Oh, 180 slide.
Ese fuego podría ser un problema.
BioShock was that good? As a game, BioShock also kind of falls apart in the last half. Like, the level design gets pretty bad, actually. It gets very linear and very boring.
Into our most wanted list, I want to help.
BioShock had a couple of clever twists, and like the first half was pretty good.
Just head to our
In
Steam
terms of being like a really diet
and
sim.
you'll find
Really
every
diet.
game from today's show. Speaking
People
of
remember it well,
scroll through
and it's got
PC
great
Gamer's
mood
wish list
and great,
for something new.
great art
We've heard the
direction.
money
Like Rapture
makes
looks
the world
cool.
go round. And that's triply true in our next game, which
Yeah,
makes
10 out of 10
it a
concept,
fantasy
especially for that
builder,
time.
A GOG game and a real-time strategy.
What can you compare to it? Prey? I mean, it's later, and so it's kind of unfair, but Prey's the real shit. Prey's the juice. And before that, System Shock 2, which I think has better level design and better follow-through. But then again, I played it in '98, and I haven't played it since. Thing is, like, nobody played System Shock 2, so, well, everyone that played BioShock, most people that played BioShock didn't play System Shock 2. Excuse me. So it's like, it's unfair to make a lot of comparisons when you're talking about kind of different realms of gaming. I do that a lot with Halo, you know, I compare it to like Tribes and shit that came out years earlier on PC. A lot of brands developed their popularity exclusively within console AAA gaming, and that's what most people thought all gaming was, which is not an unfair... Yeah, I don't even know what kind of game that is. Yeah, most people who played System Shock 2 played BioShock. That's accurate. Ooh. An interesting game. I really like Jusant. Although unlike Jusant, it looks like this is an open climbing game. Wow. Strand climbing game. Ooh. Cairn. Yeah, Jusant had cairns. I guess that's just a rock climbing thing. Interesting.
Coming up in the show.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we'll see. The other thing that that sticks in my brain about Judas is I'm not convinced it's possible to have a truly interactive narrative. Maybe with AI now it is. But that doesn't mean the narratives will be good. And I think that's one of the things Judas is trying to do. Maybe I'm mistaken about that. Maybe it's just another derelict spaceship. I2K is back, y'all. I don't know if you knew. See that Billie Eilish photo shoot for Complex Magazine? The early 2000s are back. Oh, he's gone into detail about Judas's narrative system. It's just a reputation meter for 3 characters. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is very doable. Never mind then. I thought he was trying to do some sprawling, like, infinitely reactive narrative shit. And Starlight Revolver. That's a great name.
So Starlight Revolver is an
That sounds like the kind of concept that somebody who has not been an engineer would probably come up with. Which is unfair to Ken. I have no... He's been in the business for a long time and he knows what computers can and can't do.
Well, let's tweak that a tiny bit to take every creature.
I like that jeweler's screwdriver holder.
Creators.
This right here?
Strap on your jetpack, grab your space lasso, and prepare for revenge of the Savage Planet.
I haven't played the Savage Planet game. Is there only one?
Together, we will get back what they have stolen from us. Kindred will rise.
Is that makeup? That's amazing. Some real rare energy in those animations. Yeah, the bob and hold. Oh, we got goo combining. Got ratchet rail grinding. Yeah, overly snappy. Oh, was it a Stadia exclusive? I remember some people being like, this game's really good. It was kind of like I'd filed it away to give it a shot. Oh my god.
To back off, or we are going to rain righteous fury down on him.
That is really good makeup. Oh my gosh. World premiere.
And on that day, everything was taken from us.
Rage 3?
So many lost. So much effort. In vain. All we had built? Gone. Faded away. But beyond the destruction.
Ragnarok.
Frightened.
Thanks for the sub. Yeah, my day's going great. Played a little Infinity Nikki. Now I'm watching some trailers. Have I missed anything good in the last 80 minutes? Well, you've missed 17 minutes of show.
Every foundation laid. Every spark ignited. Every connection made builds something new.
And some fun stuff. Awesome.
Our journey led us to these stars.
I think that didn't land on anybody.
The past, we will forge a better, brighter tomorrow.
Galactic Nut. Cool. I should probably play Satisfactory, huh? That's a pretty good game.
I wake to the warmth of the waxing salt sun, and before I draw breath,
oh no,
sidewinds to the beetle moon.
Caves of Cud.
I muse
You'd?
my many selves.
It's got like a visual now,
I've loosened from
like
the
Dwarf
line,
Fortress.
and all the myriad forms space and time have lathed me to. I dream of the sky shelf and its
1.0 released today. Oh my gosh.
Ferried strangers across stellar gulfs and toward their numinous ends. The earth falls away to light and dust, and I dream no more. Now we become the specters that peopled the caves of Cud.
What is it?
It's been a long time coming, but well worth the wait. Caves of Cud is one of our favorite roguelikes, and its 1.0 release is out right now.
All right.
Next up, we've got...
Sorry to interrupt, but the Council's deep orbit satellite is picking up a transmission. Looks like it's coming from the planet Draga in the Virgo constellation.
HUD has
60
entered
light years away.
1.0.
No, wait, scratch that. It's coming from Los Angeles.
I've said it before.
Yay.
I'll say it again. That's 2 times I'm going to say it. Beverly Hills Cop refers to Billy Rosewood, not Axel Foley.
Yeah,
In
he's
fact,
from Detroit.
Axel Foley says the line, Billy's a Beverly Hills Cop, 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 33 seconds into the first movie. Case closed.
Was that streamer, game developer, and PC gaming show host?
But then Beverly Hills Cop 2 and 3, I think, don't take place in LA.
Yes to all of the above.
It should not be legal to call a meal a shrimp feast if it has less than 8 shrimp. That's not a feast. It's not even a fest.
Sean, hello.
Oh, Frankie, I didn't see you there.
Not even a
in
fest.
The embodied voice of Amelia Tyler. I didn't hear you there either. Hi.
Sean, what are you doing exactly?
Well, I'm not hosting the PC gaming show Most Wanted this year, so I thought, why not explore other art forms? You know, outside of looking seductively into a camera while I talk about video games.
So now you're a movie vlogger and shrimp critic.
We prefer the term shrimp journalist.
Okay.
Nice.
Will you promise to leave movies and shrimp alone if I let you talk about a video game while looking into a camera?
Oh, golly, do you mean it, Dr. Ward?
Well, why not? Just make sure the viewers
Prawn
align with the
enthusiast.
star of the show.
Number 20.
You guys,
Control 2.
I had a prawn and passion fruit dish that was
I know
amazing.
we all like working from home, but there's one office we all long to return to, the Federal Bureau of Control. We're still a little light on the details of Remedy Entertainment's Control 2, but if you've played Control
It is a
1,
weird combination, but it worked.
I'm excited. Control 1
It's like, you know how like,
familiar
there's like sweetmeats, right? Well, usually pork you combine with like pineapple or honey.
SCP Foundation style
Prawn can work that way. I never really thought about it, but yeah.
flinging objects at enemies, and more importantly, a brilliant
Passion fruit has the sweetness, but it also has kind of like a
around every corner.
like a strawberry savoriness to it.
For someone like me that doesn't play a lot of shooter games,
It was in a prawn, or it was in a
learning more about the world and what Remedy has.
passion fruit foam.
So, if you're like me, we're all dying to return to the oldest house of some more television.
No, Vox, it wasn't homemade. It was at a fine dining establishment.
Here's one for your wish list. In Crescent County, witches go high-tech with jet-powered motor brooms. In a life sim and...
Cringe is the salt to the sweet of good announcement.
22 on our
Red Beardy, that's profound, and I like it.
Crescent County.
I don't think you
Hello and welcome to this very narrow green screen.
you should not have any gaming awards show without some amount of heartfelt
PC
cringe.
gaming shows most wanted for 2024.
Ever since we announced this summer, the reception's been incredible. It's been amazing to see all the fan art
And fan fiction.
and all the fan music.
And honestly, just seeing the reception, meeting people at Comic-Con.
Wait, like an anti-grav racer that's about
Seeing people resonate with
broomstick
the,
racing?
you know, core concepts of Crescent County, like making
Oh, Andrew Tate's curious about it.
kissing them on the
Amazing.
mouth.
We can't wait to show you a bit more of the game. A lot of the cool modifications you can make to your broom, all the cool little shortcuts around the island.
And
Okay, it's like an open world thing.
stuff that you can get into too.
Hoping it'd be like a Wipeout style racer.
Love it if you could join us on the Discord. We've got something in the works we're very excited about, but we also really want to show people more about the process of game dev, as we think it's really important.
So yeah, follow us on social media, and we hope we can get this in your hands very soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah, sorry, we totally changed our minds. Our first playtest is going to be on Steam and Itch on the 8th of December.
If you're not cringe, you're not passionate enough.
1.
Well said, Mello.
2. You have your own spaceship.
Maybe I should make a
You have
pledge
a
in 2025 to be more cringe.
Do I even need to go on? Cyberpunk RPG Citizen Sleeper 2 Starwood Vector rolls a handful of dice and lands at number 21 on our most wanted list.
I'm pretty muted on the stream, actually. I could be way more cringe. In general, in real life. I don't know, working at Rooster Teeth kind of drove the cringe out of me because people were too cool for school there. A lot of eye rolls. A lot of scoffs. But maybe it's time. Maybe it's time I take a bunch of mushrooms, go into the woods, and reacquaint myself with my inner cringe. Yeah, go full Joker mode. Linkin Park's back. It's time. Become the cringe lord I was meant to be. Secret level not getting great reviews? What? Are you telling me a series of promos for brands isn't good art? Boah?
I think the thing that I really want to emphasize with Citizen Sleeper 2 is that
I hope I'm not sober when I watch it.
it is all about meeting characters, and there's a lot of text involved, a lot of reading, but actually it really is a role-playing game. And in Citizen Sleeper 2 especially, that means that your choices and the way that you decide to use the dice rolls and the way you react to your luck and your fate in the game is really, really important. You have to deal with bad luck all the time, with failure, with stress and all of these things, and I think that's what makes the game really exciting and engaging. I think the thing that I'm trying to do differently with Citizen Sleeper 2 is really emphasize the mechanical aspects of the role-playing. I think the first game did a really good job for players who are really into role-playing, but I think for the second game I wanted to have much more mechanical elements supporting that. So the new dice system, the new stress system, glitching your dice, breaking your dice, all of these structures, they kind of create much more gameplay around the body of the sleeper, what it means to be like an android whose body is falling apart because they're escaping the corporation that made them. You're really getting to see that in the mechanics, but also in the story, this way that the sleeper's really struggling with this very human thing, which is this strange unknowability of our own bodies, that they are both something that we are, and they're integral to who we are as people. But they're also something that we don't exactly know how they work all the time, and we don't know what they're doing all the time. We just kind of feel their effects. Qualities that I really tried to bring into Citizen Sleeper 2 and maintain, even though you've got the crew, you've got the ship, you're traveling around, it's kind of like the human scale sci-fi, and really the intimacy with the characters, but also the intimate quality of the writing and the experience.
Yeah, I haven't played the first one yet. I've had it installed forever.
A kind of emotional realism that the game tries to have, so I think that's been really important. Working on a sequel is definitely a different kind of challenge to working on an original game. You know, the game is already in the world, it already has fans, people have expectations, and when you're adding new ideas, you're kind of thinking all the time about the audience. Oh, they're gonna love it when they get to this bit, when they see this, and especially like having returning characters and having things happen in the same universe has been really exciting to just know that I'm dropping all these little golden pieces of moments that will connect to people.
I've kind of,
It feels really special.
I've been waiting for a good,
telling this story.
feels like a good airplane game. I need a good long airplane flight to get through it.
I think because when we had that first wake-up sleeper moment on the PC gaming show, it was the first moment of kind of like putting it out in the public eye and having people react to it. I really wasn't sure people would love the game. And especially because I was experimenting with taking ideas from outside of games, from tabletop games, and bringing them into games. And it turns out everyone was like, yes, this is something we really like. We really want you to do this. And so, yeah, it became really important to me to make.
No slight against Citizen Sleeper, but I have to use the restroom real quick. No.
I hope you enjoyed this look at Citizen Sleeper 2.
Hope nothing exciting gets announced. I'll be right back.
Out in early 2025.
If you're keeping score, we've just revealed our first 5 most wanted games. At number 25, we had Judas. Breaking through with more guns and gore than ever before, it's Killing Floor 3 at number 24. Control 2 warps to number 23. Crescent County charms its way into number 22, and Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector takes launch at number 21. Right, let's get back to our wish list for our next game. We couldn't afford to take a rocket into the distant regions of deep space, so we did the next best thing. We took a trip to Iceland to talk to the makers of space survival MMO Eve Frontier.
Eve Frontier is a survival game set in space, with a focus on self-reliance, moment-to-moment gameplay, and unlocking third-party development with an inclusive business model. I think it's bordering on survival horror almost, in this huge, vast, empty universe with the rotting vestiges of an old civilization that grew too large and eventually collapsed. We're focusing really on the exploration. They'll be able to go vast distances. And in order to do so, they'll really have to prepare for that journey. They'll have to take resources with them. They might be able to survive out in the cold, in the wilderness. There'll be places where people choose to gather because there's an abundance of natural resources. Much like in our real life, we expect people to do the same with their digital civilizations. The combat in Eve Frontier is more focused on moment-to-moment gameplay, where what you see in the space scene around you really matters. With occlusion and line-of-sight mechanics, you might not know what's behind the next rock, you might not know who is waiting for you, or perhaps how many reinforcements they have when you're setting your trap. It means the action's a little bit faster, more decisions that you have to make in the heat of the moment with imperfect information. And that will lead to some emergent gameplay I'm absolutely sure of.
When you are in space and you're flying around, just feel like you're just a small speck trying to navigate your way through this vast expanse of an ancient relic of a civilization that was there before you. Using blockchain technology also lets us open up this universe to a layer where other players will be able to modify and co-create this universe with us.
CCP's always worked with third-party developers. It's part of what makes EVE Online so good at what it does. And we have just taken that and amplified it with EVE Frontier. It's open source, and that means that you can go in and you can program directly into the game with our Smart Assemblies features.
Smart assemblies are structures in space that you as a player will be able to modify using code that you are writing and then deploying onto the blockchain.
You can think of it kind of like modding on a traditional game. You can play the original game as it came. You can then start getting truly independent third-party mods. And finally, you can actually build your own if you set up all the development environments and really get into the nitty-gritty. Some of the things we've seen players do in our earlier playtests include building a self-functioning tournament system, automated markets. We had gates that people were building to rebuild the universe itself. The scope is really endless with what they can do.
But rest assured, you will not need to have any knowledge of coding if all you want to do is to just explore and play in the frontier. In the frontier, everything is underpinned by digital physics. Very much in the same way that when we're walking around, when we are throwing things, putting glasses on tables,
I'm back.
we don't think about how gravity is pulling us down. Within
CCP's got a new
that we're creating together on
Oh.
Frontier, blockchain is that physics layer that
UGC video game.
these rules to make sure that they are beyond anyone's touching.
Missed the blockchain announcement. Nice.
When we were building EVE Online, we decided to build on top.
This is a blockchain game?
Our choice of a
Oh, E
database
plus blockchain. All right.
contested, at least in this community of
Yeah, that makes
making
sense.
MMO-like games. And never did we really position the game. EVE Online, the first database game. And we're not really looking to do that with EVE Frontier either. It is not really a...
Oh, is it branded Eve? Eve Frontier?
We're just being very explicit about it because it is a hot topic. And
So I missed Half-Life 3.
it does
I missed Silk Song.
stuff. A blockchain is involved, for sure.
I missed Windows 12.
About the fact that it is distributed and not centralized. This is more like a peer-to-peer system where everyone can mod the
Linux
services
2.
in accordance to digital physics we have enshrouded into the world.
An example of digital physics could be as simple as item locality. If an item exists, it has a location, it cannot be messed around with. Other examples are that every action has some sort of energy cost. For example, if you've mined an asteroid or you've mined the player who was mining the asteroid with your guns, suddenly you've got resources and that has cost you some sort of energy to do that. It's something that means that you can't just perpetually fly around forever without eventually running out of energy. You will need to stop and do something.
The entire-
That makes the universe feel substantially bigger.
The entire game is
Infinite free travel, for example. You should be able to observe these rules, and the digital physics are always there, always
closed
live.
system.
You will find that the environments themselves are influenced by these, giving completely different types of gameplay. And this means that there'll be different areas of space that feel very different to play in and have very different effects and resources and threats, of course.
Missed your birthday.
We create virtual worlds more meaningful than real life. And EVE Online
Missed so
has been
much.
running for more than 22 years now, and it is a virtual world that thousands and thousands of people choose to inhabit and find very real meaning in. We want to build eFrontier such
Merking
that
Lee.
as time goes on,
Thanks for the sub.
more and more decentralized, the people who actually choose to inhabit and find meaning in this virtual world can control it, and to such an extent that it can't be shut off. They choose to be here, they choose to live here in this virtual world, they should have a say in it. And eventually, the true long-term goal with open sourcing the Carbon development platform, the ownership of the game itself will essentially reside in the citizens of the frontier.
We're really excited for you to.
So how do you make money?
To get your hands on Founder Access Packs, which are available right now, head on over to efrontier.com.
On cue. So when developers start talking about perpetuating systems,
PC Gamer and 2K have partnered together for a historic event.
It's
the
weird.
Civilization 7 Across the Ages sweepstakes. Thousands of fans voted on the
I don't know. I get that they're trying to sell the dream, but like,
created into a custom
I need to know how this is, what's the business plan?
exploration and modern. And your voices were heard loud.
Because I'm not going to invest
The winner
creative effort into something.
over the course of the next few months leading up to the launch of Sid Meier's Civilization.
Did they
7
announce
on February
Control
11th.
2? Yes.
PC Gamer, in partnership
There's no
with
trailer, I don't think. There's no official media.
and giving it away to
Whoa, that's old as fuck.
sweepstakes winner.
Wow.
Also receive a $2,500
I haven't seen a CPU like that in forever.
Visit a real wonder of the world before building it in Civilization 7. And even if you didn't win,
I want to see that clip
releasing
again.
a video showing
That
exactly
shocked
how
me back to the
beautiful
90s.
Civilization
Oh, it's
7
open source, the whole game?
Still get to watch Civ history in the making.
Then, yeah.
Great
Huh.
games come from anywhere.
Release an Eve
That's
coin.
the motto of publisher Midwest Games. And to prove it, they're showing off not one, but two of their upcoming titles. Let's open up PC Games.
I mean, the way they talk about it, though, it is kind of interesting.
Adventure, The Legend
They
of
want to
Baboon,
create a universe and have people buy into the value system of that universe.
Water.
They want to be gods.
My dearest child, this island offers everything you may need in your precious life. Vast forests, roaring rivers, and mountains of
And what god isn't just like you take over now?
old enough now to know that for every
Dog game. To Bearded Bard.
an opposing force.
Thank you for the sub.
In the heat of the earth resides a darkness you
Got snagged by an ad while watching ads.
as old
I
as
want to see these ads, not those ads.
Do not doubt, even a light like yours can be tempted by the dark. You must always choose good. And that I know you will.
True delegators. I guess gods either delegate or go insane.
Be
Then you got a Final Fantasy on your hands. You got a real Elden Ring on your hands.
With Babu by your side. And
Ooh.
the magic of this island. Protect us all.
I don't. Whenever a performer goes like mega whispery like that, which has been happening a lot in movies and stuff, did the directors say, just whisper it?
Tombwater.
Just talk like that.
Tell me, lone gunslinger, why have you come to this decrepit settlement? Monsters roam the streets, and horrors lie beneath. There's something sinister in the soil. A curse that's hidden under it all. No one leaves Tombwater alive. And it won't be long until you succumb to the madness.
Souls like West.
From the American
like that music.
Midwest, we now take you to Amsterdam to catch up with Brendan Green, creator of the most played
Hellblade started it.
ever, PUBG.
In gaming, yeah, there was a lot of whisper talk in Hellblade, but that was kind of it was an ASMR feature of the game. It was like the binaural audio and all that.
Planet. Let's head to his
And at least in
studio
Hellblade, it's used for good effect. It's not just for dramatic moodiness.
glimpse of the big new world they're building.
It was weird, because I mean, So Matt Reeves, the Batman, like everyone's whispering in that movie. Oh, hey, it's the player unknown.
People had made, and we found the way to do that using machine learning technology, using natural Earth data to generate.
Yeah, Eddie Redmayne in Jupiter Ascending. That's a pretty King Whisper.
Reinvented how you create these. We have a 3-game plan, and it's
Steph just watched through all of Desperate Housewives,
with Prologue, which is
a really fun and stupid show and extremely melodramatic. But the last season, everyone switches to whisper talking. It's so confusing. It was like a switch got flipped, and this was suddenly the fashion. So I guess that was pretty clearly like 2011, 2010?
It's not just raining and moody. It's not just
turn off those.
It's not just that the player is cold and wet. Suddenly now, oh wait, mud forms. Rivers can go up. If you die, that's it.
We're also working on Melba, which is our in-house engine. We're putting this into the hands of the community in something we're calling Preface Undiscovered World. It's a very simple experiment where we have an Earth-scale planet and some simple systems to allow you to explore it.
I don't believe in technology developed in vacuum. It's why we have Preface, which is more about attacking the scale. So we attack the problem from both ends. Preface, it's already on Steam, so you can go there and download a Preface and discover the world.
I really want to involve the community early on because this is going to be a 5 or 10 year journey. Prologue will be available on Steam coming in Q2 next year.
So wait, did they just made like a planet generator? I'm into that. Like they did what Starfield said that they did, but actually didn't. Okay, I've turned off notifications, but does that turn off the notification for a Steam achievement? That's not listed here. Oh. Abyssus. It's like a PvE game? Generative Planet Simulator. Hell yeah. I remember dicking around with a lot of that stuff back in the day when I first got a PC. Terrain generators and...
Didn't see you there. So you're interested in becoming a war mage. You think you've got what it takes? Protecting the rift is just something brave war mages like me are born to do.
Candles, thanks for the sub.
Trust me, when these green and uglies gets through, baby eating, town pillaging, loitering, it's a whole thing. Anyway, when you can't get old Maxie, no one protects the rift better than these war mages. Look at these brave heroes.
Orcs Must Die was so fun when I was 16 smoking weed.
Each one of them's got their own special.
I need to play more Orcs Must Die then.
Like this. Or this. Whoa, look at that. They even have their own unique weapons and traps. But as you can see, it's not just one trap they're working with. It's a whole lot of traps. They even get to make themselves stronger during missions. How much more power?
I am a big fan of enemies exploding into chunks of meat that have little bones poking out.
These brave warriors relax in the safety of the Order Fortress. Here you can buy and upgrade traps, improve your weapons and abilities, or select the next mission and head into battle. When choosing where to fight, you'll want to pay attention to the rift distortions, the weather, and even the time of day. All these things can change the way every mission plays. You know, looking at these war mages really gets me thinking. They're pretty good, but let me show you how it's really done.
Yeah, we got cards. Okay. How's the PC game show so far? Any surprises?
A lot of orcs. But luckily, you've got loads of new ways to kill them. And this time you can play...
Some pleasant looking games.
Orcs must...
Surprises.
in early 2020.
There's some really cute
Do not go anywhere because we've
live action segments.
games to see as
Video clips sent in from developers and journalists and stuff. Day 9, always a charmer. The interview about Citizen Sleeper 2 was pretty good. Oh, yeah, this game. We'll see if this game comes out.
The Perfect Dark gameplay trailer looked amazing, but that's not the only reason I'm excited about it. Look, I'm an old school gamer, so retro N64 GoldenEye is one of my favorite shooters ever. The characters, the level designs, the missions, that game is immaculate. But I missed out on Rare's next treat, Perfect dark, and I was always intrigued by the lead protagonist Joanna Dark, and I loved the whole alien conspiracy thing. Seeing Perfect Dark's fluid gameplay, Joanna's traversal, which is giving me Mirror Edge vibes, and stunning graphics, and it's just given a perfect blend, and that's why I'm hyped.
Yeah, I hope. I think Spine is closer to being that game. Not that Perfect Dark is like Spine, of course, but in terms of just like... Huh. Oh, it's a game where you play with like Windows 95 windows? Reminds me of I Want to Be the Guy level or something. Oh! Mini frames? Mainframes, excuse me. That's cute. Candles, thanks for gifting 3 subs to the Deathy Cubos and King Egg.
Number 19.
Great recipients all.
Menace.
Perfect Dark has potential, sure, but it's I don't think... Well, I guess Crystal Dynamics is working on it now, but not the best sign, really.
Nox has landed.
I feel like Crystal Dynamics has been thrown into too many projects, too many troubled projects, and I think they may have had too much turnover. It's probably not that satisfying, and probably very stressful to have to pinch hit on other people's projects all the time. But yeah, who knows? I'm looking forward to it, or I want to look forward to it. I'm instead dreaming about a game that has the actual tone of Perfect Dark, because it goes goofy real fast. It's possible that
Neutralized. Rip it apart.
Phantom Fury?
Death takes my enemies.
Yes.
Touching them up.
Has some of that energy. I didn't get far enough. It was pretty self-serious, the part that I played, but I understand that it was trying to satirize like every game becoming serious at that moment in throwback PC gaming. They did show Killing Floor 3. Whoa. Looked pretty cool. You can slide and look around 180 degrees in your slide. So that's pretty slick.
From the grave I rise.
I think you can, I don't know if you can 360 degree slide. You might be able to do that in Black Ops right now. I like this. Kind of like ActRaiser? Which reminds me, I gotta play more Cult of the Lamb. What a delightful game that I haven't touched. Great Twitch integration in that too. Huh. I wonder if it's mostly an idle game. Like you click the expansions and stuff and that's kind of it. Oh, geez. The overlay, man. Gotta figure out a clever way to only render half the screen. Look at that hairy forearm. Look at all that food. Torx Corp. Got a little rear view mirror. Jeez. Mecha Blood. I kind of hope that game is like 3 hours max.
Family. And who would know that better than the makers of Mafia: The Old Country? Here's a message from the developers at Hangar 13.
Oh yeah, I finally played Mafia Definitive Edition. Now I have to play Mafia 2. That's the one that everyone says is huge.
Number 18. Mafia: The Old Country.
Hi everyone, we are hard at work right now at Hangar 13, finishing up Mafia, the Old Country, and we can't wait to share more details with you. But we wanted to say thank you so much for voting for us. We really appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
You gonna play the new Wing Commander starring Mark Hamill in 26? Sure. Yeah, Mark Hamill, Gary Oldman. Pretty sure. I don't know if John Rhys-Davies is in Squadron 42, but he better be.
Number 17, June Awakening.
Can you imagine being John Rhys-Davies and not being asked to be in Squadron 42?
Hi everybody.
I would be crushed.
My name's Joel Bylos and I'm the Chief Creative Officer on June Awakening here at Funcom. And I'm here to express a heartfelt thank you for us being on your most wanted list. 2024 has been a huge year for June. From the movie in the beginning, to our first gameplay reveal in the middle of the year, and now our huge
Spice Wars?
where thousands of players are battling it out on Arrakis.
Not even talking about Spice
If you
Wars?
aren't there already, the best way to get in is to go to our website.
I was reminded
Wishlist, June Awakening.
when I formatted my computer that I had installed Emperor Battle for Dune, a game that I intended to play but never did. He's a side character who's friends with Mark Hamill's character? Yes!
Never been so excited.
Pikey really is in Squadron 42?
It was
That rocks.
to hear from the
Is Malcolm McDowell in there?
Looking forward to exploring Arrakis in 2025. PC Gamer wants
Did they get all the hits?
And since we can't read your minds, not legally anyway, follow the
Freddie Prinze Jr. should have been in
gaming show
Squadron
on your survey.
42.
Trust me, it's much easier than trying to communicate with us telepathically.
He's a fun performer. He was in Mass Effect 3. And that boy was thick.
Welcome, new games tester. You're on the brink of an unforgettable experience in the AML testing program. Imagine a reality that feels limitless, worlds brought to life by bleeding-edge immersive technology.
We are legally obliged to
I
mention.
don't know if this is telling, but when I'm thinking of Chris Roberts' casting, I can't think of many women.
Look at some employee benefits awaiting you as a valued tester. Full dental coverage. Social office atmosphere. Personal medical insurance. Work from home opportunities. Generous bonus scheme. The eventual total dissolution of your ability to discern the virtual from the...
Oh, that's fun. There are very few games that show, like, other fake games blending together.
Not going to lie to you. This is worse than I expected.
This is more abiotic factor?
And we are the dirt.
Doesn't this look like fun? Oh, you little droopy man. That's me right there, sizzling up the treats for the boys.
If it could have gone worse, I don't see how. Maybe you can get us out of it.
Chris Roberts cast his wife Sandy. Awesome. Peak Chris Roberts move.
Maybe not.
Maybe she could come back for Squadron 42.
This was the last thing I expected, but now we're here.
Oh, she is?
Do something.
Must be because she's really good.
To think what will happen if we fail.
That's simply what happens when you're an amazing performer. Get asked back. Dark Energy update. Cool. So wait a minute. There's an okay. There's a new update for a game that's in early access. All right. Weird terminology.
Definitely works in a secret underground science lab. I sure am glad we've never had a containment breach like an abiotic factor.
Warning. Containment breach.
Oh.
Abiotic factor. All scientists are at risk of exposure, or worse, talking about what they've witnessed. You know how scientists love to gossip.
Sounds serious. I'd better check the employee manual. Okay, let's see. Interdimensional invasion protocols, Skynet self-awareness failsafes. Did you know Jorts are banned on casual Fridays?
Don't lose focus.
Right, okay, here we go. What to do in the event of a containment breach. Activate scenario Epsilon.
Confirmed. Dispatching covert agents to mind-wipe scientists.
Crisis averted. Oh, but how do we keep those covert agents quiet? For phase 2...
We had a Realms Deep this year. No, I think they said they weren't doing one.
Dispatching Black Ops specialists to tranquilize covert agents.
I remember there being some announcement. Hold on a minute.
But now the Black Ops specialists?
Releasing mutated weaponized bees to eradicate Black Ops.
This is gonna take a while.
The most official source I have is Sweet Dave Oshry, tweeting from June that it's been canceled.
But somehow, a test subject got out of the trial environment. But what concerns me...
Hold on.
She hasn't tried to escape the facility. But she's here. Somewhere behind the walls.
Let's see here.
In the ceiling. Planning what is the question. And God help us when we find out.
Wait for my word. Be ready.
An unsubstantiated comment on Reddit, an unsourced comment. Some guy says, the people largely responsible for the event were laid off, I think. 3D Realms is currently in no state for running events.
Releasing nano-terminators to eradicate teleporting anacondas. Sentient acid deployed to eat through nano-terminators. Cloning janitors to clean up sentient acid. Releasing zombie virus to eliminate cloned janitors. Importing scientists to cure zombie outbreak.
They were divested from Embracer though, so it could have just been that for a few years
We're back to just having scientists.
they were heavily invested in.
Can't we just stop?
Then Embracer didn't get an infinite money like they were expecting.
Super gross.
I'm tempted, but we should probably get on with the show.
Fine. You know, you used to be cool. You've changed.
Let's get out of the lab and into a place where nothing terrible has ever happened. A magic school for children. Here is number 16 on our most wanted list.
Realms got gutted this year. Well, they scaled up really fast too. It was like a lot of things.
Witchbrook.
I don't know. Bungie scaled up real fast.
Even though we don't know a huge amount about Witchbrook right now,
I guess it's unfair to expect this,
you love things like
to
Stardew
expect
Valley, Potion Permit,
people to remember
any
those
sort of
things.
Life sim meets social RPG.
No one gets worried when companies start hiring like crazy. Everybody's like, yeah, we're all getting on the winning side, is like the energy. And Bungie was onboarding a lot of people.
In Witchbrook
They had like hundreds of job listings and stuff. It was
Magic College that helps us develop
So anyway,
our skills as the resident witch. So
the only way you keep all those people is if everything is amazingly successful, which is what they always pitch their projects as on the verge of being, so that they can hire a ton.
with the town
I don't know.
to complete little missions, little deliveries, all sorts of stuff that is perfect for anyone who's looking.
Yeah, lots of hiring mean lots of firing. Yeah, unless you like,
to it. During the
unless you have a runaway product.
these people will also get to do things like go on dates, which is really exciting for anyone.
But even those are pretty boom and bust these days, so it's tough.
Like life sims in general. So we don't know when it's coming out. It's just coming soon at the moment, which does give us a lot of chance to learn a bit more, sort of see
The
some
COVID
trailers.
balloon has
We've
popped.
seen a couple screenshots that give it
Yeah, I mean, it did a while ago. There was a rush of investment, and this is kind of like the tail end of all of those investments hitting, I think.
looks that way right now.
That's why we're so awash in video games. You're about seeing the lag between the market demonstrating a desire for something, investment, and then product release in video games. And this is the fast side of it. I don't think that a lot of, like, the other investments for games as service we're starting to see too. Things like Concord. But they're investments, and you don't have budgets in the billions without making a few failed investments.
The planet-wide blackout was evolutionary.
I mean, it's possible to...
Began the impossible.
So I consider my work path being similar. I was hired at companies that were invested in and scaled up well beyond their means. And both of those companies did not last, or did not survive that process. But I got jobs because of it. I was able to gain experience and work and work my way into certain positions because of those opportunities. So
Life has come too quickly to the mechanical.
the process sucks, but it can also be a lot of people's entry point. Wild hiring phases, I mean.
Or set it free. Robots at midnight.
Interesting.
Wish lists now.
I like the style a lot. Interesting. January, man. Games come out in January now. That used to be dead season. Dead season. Now it's all the indies that like
What the hell happened to these people?
want a little bit of space.
Please, oh God, help me!
What
I haven't
the
seen that
hell
font in a long time.
doing down here?
I think publishers switching to Unreal will help developers, but it doesn't bode well for competition. Yeah. Epic's gonna call a lot of the shots, but they've been pretty well. They've been nicer than they need to be, I think. But yeah, it'll help bigger budget games actually ship.
They come from the water.
The automation and automation and having a like truly global asset development network are some of the ways that developers can surmount the exponential expansion of
Next game on our most wanted list.
game development complexity.
For more,
Yeah, you don't have to learn more than one
the
engine.
beloved series is finally
Companies don't
kick flipping into number 15 on our list.
incur tech debt as time goes on because there's another company dedicated to maintaining that. You have your own engine, and the like 80-year-old that wrote it 20 years ago decides to leave your company. They take all that information with them unless you properly document stuff. But that's all work.
Hey there, friends at the PC
Oh, boy.
Gaming Show. I'm Jeff Seamster, head of creative at Full Circle, and I wanted to stop by to say how thrilled we are to have Skate named as one of the games you're most excited about. We're pretty excited too, and with early access coming in 2025,
I think what CD Projekt found is even with a shitload of perks, which used to be how you have to draw in tech employees, like having 3 catered meals a day, on-site masseuse, all that sort of stuff.
and we couldn't do it without all of you. We're so grateful to our community of fans, new and old, and to the Skate insiders who have joined us.
It wasn't enough to draw people to working on proprietary engines.
See you in Sandvan.
It can cage in your career.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The closest here's a close parallel as somebody who
Just as excited as you are.
somebody in entertainment production working for a particular company. It's a tough call to like
I'm so stoked to play with everyone soon.
put one's work on a network that doesn't get a lot of visibility. Kind of locked in. You can try to develop an audience just there.
You came to the trials driven by great ambition.
It's a big trade-off.
Many challenged you to battle, and several elemental masters, each wielding great power.
And office perks were nice. What an age. Yeah,
You think you have seen much, but
having filtered water was nice. I didn't really ever have like stomach issues until I started working from home and drinking the tap water here.
in the towering peaks that
It's an old house and it's in Los Angeles, so the water quality is terrible.
if you still dream of becoming the Wizard of Legend. Your journey in the trials has only just begun.
There were some good snacks. I like the little canned coffees they would get. La Colombe. Bruce would break off budget sometimes and take us all to like Universal Studios or
Great idea to follow the instructions of a mysterious disembodied
Disneyland.
voice. Unless it's my
That was always really awesome.
disembodied voice. Visit pcgamer.com/wishlist for the PC Gaming Show.
Yeah, no brown tap water here, although there are little black specks in it.
From today's show in one.
So there's definitely debris in the water, but it's not enough to fully change the color. Bruce seems like a good manager. He's the best manager I've ever had. Insomniac.
The mournful mother stone, and then came the invader, bewitched by the mother's song. The Scots, the
defiant, proud and braver, gather to reclaim their land's favor.
Yeah, I like that art.
Thundering thrums the highlands quailed. Under siege, the mother's lament wailed. And when at last the chaos of battle did ring, when at last their freedom they would bring, through blood, fury and bone, their legends would sing, and they would fight the sorrow while fell the tears of metal.
Oh, co-op, hack and slash. Interesting.
$8:05. Time to dump the waste.
Oh.
Well, working class Joe, should have taken a different career path. It's all downhill here.
Is that tight enough?
Please don't.
Don't what?
They're all parasites. Humanity can do anything. Look what that gave us.
I didn't. What you did?
Looks like the intro for like Far Cry 2 or something. Damn, it's brutal.
Let's get the next one.
Oh, sick. Oh, hell yeah. That's a great trailer. Oh, man.
Number 14.
Ooh.
Project 007.
We know close to O about Project 007 at this point, but I have absolute, complete, and total faith that it's going to be a standout success.
Agreed.
I mean, there is not one studio I would trust more in making a spy game than Danish developer IO Interactive, best known for the Hitman games. I mean, you could take the Dartmoor level of Hitman 3, mod James Bond into it rather than Agent 47, and you'd pretty much have a perfect demo for what Project 007 should look like.
She's right.
What we do know is that it's a Bond origin story, so that's right, we may finally find out why James Bond likes martinis shaken and not stirred.
I think Project 007 is a perfect fit for IO Interactive, and I'm not just saying that because our scientists are part of the same union as James Bond's tech-savvy engineers. Revolutionary technology, experimentation, illegal genetic testing. Our friends at Intel may not approve of everything we get up to down here 10 miles underground, but they do share our passion for innovation. Let's hear what Intel's been working on for our gaming rigs.
Or like James Bong. Hopefully in the James Bond show, there's a part where James Bond can pick up a bong and then he looks at the camera and says, "More like James Bong." That would be cool. I'd clap. James Bong? Look at that radiator, gross.
Hey, it's Nax, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to build your very first PC.
Ooh.
First thing you're gonna need is...
Was that like 6 case fans?
The Intel Core i5 14600K, and then you're gonna want your cooling for your processor and for your entire...
That's pretty
build.
smart.
So we're going
Working on it inside the foam like that.
And we also have our fans, which we're gonna be installing in the case. As for our graphics card and motherboard, shout out to ASRock for providing us with these parts. For the graphics card, we do have the Intel Arc A770.
Ow.
For the motherboard, we have the Z790 Nova.
Wait.
And then you're gonna want to have your RAM.
They added that in.
Storage.
This is my old sub sound. I got triggered. Rye Guy, thank you for the sub.
Is we're going to be installing the processor. So we are using an ASRock Z790 Nova motherboard. Now this is compatible for the 12th, 13th, and 14th gen processors from Intel, which will make it easier if you guys want to upgrade in the future.
Uh-oh.
The good thing about the 14600K is that it has 14 cores with 6 performance cores and 8 efficient cores.
That
So the thing is, when you create a build, you want to create a balance.
that thermal paste job bother anyone?
Cohesive relationship with the processor.
Anyone toe-riggered?
That we're using, which is the 14600K.
I did the dot method. I did the dot method just then, and it works perfectly.
All right, and there you guys have it. I hope you guys.
I just put a dot in the middle, and then I put the heatsink on, and it's working great. It's so cool. Dot is perfect, always has been. Yeah, I think there was some outlet that actually did a full-on test, and they found that doing a small spread was actually not the best. So I actually got a kit to remount my Noctua air cooler. I have a big ass heatsink. I got an AMD mounting kit for it, and they actually had different dot spread patterns based on the processor you were going to use. So for the Intel, they wanted you to do a big dot in the middle and then 4 dots on the corners. But for AMD, just 1 dot in the middle. So the science has been done. I've seen tests and the difference is like 0.5 degrees Celsius. Okay. But think of all the performance you could get out of that extra half a degree. Also, you get a fraction of a Celsius there. You get another fraction of a Celsius from precisely tuning your pump and fan speeds. You get another one from angling your computer just so that the air pressure doesn't build up behind it. Ounces become pounds.
Captain's log. November.
And then you die. You die of old age. You sit down and you're like, ah, time to play a video game with my expertly tuned PC. And then skeleton hits the keyboard and it explodes into dust. It was time now. Did you overclock your 9800? No, but I did activate turbo mode. I updated the BIOS on my motherboard and it was like, we could do turbo mode. Do you wanna? And I was like, yes. There you go. It's now in turbo. I think it like redistributes load across cores or something. Uses more cores. Turbo core. Dark water. That looks cool.
So in Darkwater, something went horribly wrong in an underwater colony? Again? I'm shocked. Next up on PC Gamer's wishlist, you'll inherit a sprawling mansion filled with mysteries. It's one of the most intriguing puzzle games we've seen in a long time. Here's Blueprints.
You squeeze the thermal paste tube from the bottom like a sane person or in the middle like a psychopath. The ones that I use all have plungers, so I have no choice but to push from the bottom.
I suspect.
Do you get new thermal paste every time? Or do you reuse the same thermal paste tube you've had for the past decade?
Is becoming clear.
I use the same kind, but every time I'm like, does this go bad? Does it lose its pastiness? It can't, right? It's just chemicals.
Unravel the mysteries of the quarantine.
It's not like a
survival FPS.
not like a gallon of milk. At like $7, just buy a new one. But it's wasteful.
Number 13, Atomfall.
Oh, Rebellion? This isn't called Sniper Elite.
Hi, my name is Ben Fisher. I'm head of design at Rebellion. Thank you so much for including Atomfall in
Thermal paste expires? Oh no.
for you to play the game next year, but for now, here's a sneak preview.
Okay, can we all agree that the real psychopath maneuver is that even if you're having no thermal issues at all, to actually remove a heatsink and repaste it and then put it back on?
Please be careful. It's more dangerous than you can possibly imagine.
Some people do that, I think. Oh, there was a Wicker Man. Interesting. Another slightly tamer Atomic Heart? Interesting.
Of all the things I've seen, it's in Eric's home it will happen. And it all begins with her.
Was this Plague Tale?
She's gone.
Oh, it's
Before she leaves the building.
it's not France.
I need to get out of here and find Herman before they do.
Oh, is it an adventure game? Oh!
Control, maybe.
No way. Like fixed camera?
Go after her.
What do you want? I need passage. You told me you
With
wanted out.
with like
You and your brother.
That's actually why I'm here. I
respected your decision because I thought you respected me.
a lot of blink capture. Wow.
You want passage, huh? I'm not keeping these for you anymore. You're taking with you this time.
I won't get past this jump without it.
Crazy high production value cutscenes for a game like this. Usually, like they go for like a Brothers kind of art style. It's more expressive and pantomimey, but they can do these crazy tight close-ups. Huh. If this were a proper 90s game, it would be a top-down adventure game with the FMV cutscenes. Now it's all in the same engine because we've forgotten how to dream.
I must find her
I'm all he's got, Alva. He's all I've got.
before he...
Yeah, face tech getting crispy. Cool. I'm into that. I really like that mix. Bring back FMV. We basically reinvented it. It's now just in engine. Like when things get photoreal, there, we did it.
Unleash the hostile
We could have just pointed a camera at it, but we had to remake it with computers.
into chaos.
We shoot it with a camera designed to capture a face and render it in a...
We stand as guardians, fighting to protect our world.
I guess you can change the lighting whenever you want, or the sets, or to some degree even the character models, but still.
Against all odds, we must battle mutations, traitors, and infidels.
Yeah, Korean dating sim FMVs. You want to talk about games that aren't afraid to get goofy.
Every victory brings us closer to retaining our freedom.
I think there's a fair amount of Chinese FMV games too that... Ooh. Finally. I'm the protagonist in another game. Let me get some water, man. I'll be right back. Wait a minute. Maybe I'll wait till after this.
The Dynasty have blown the bridge to the temple site.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Tempest Rising?
Heavy defenses in the area, so watch your step.
I was hoping this would show up.
Get some defenses up and give the archaeologists time to work.
That Frank Klepacki Thunka Thunka.
I'm seeing an enormous energy spike. What is that?
A fuck? Okay. Cool. Blam, blam, blam.
Yes, the glory of 1990s RTS
Wait,
games.
Captain, no. Never got to the gay subplot of the FMV game. Was it the guy in the black hood?
Wish list. An action adventure RPG coming.
Is he actually after us?
Finally,
After our
with the
cheeks?
biggest villain. And that voice sounds a bit familiar. Here's the new trailer for Eternal Strands.
Alright, I need water. I'll be right back.
All my life, I was dreaming about becoming a point. To do it alongside a renowned Weaver band, it's a chance to make history.
The Surgeborn. They've had us on our back foot for decades. Ever since our people have been in crisis.
Our Weaver band is here to help. We're ready for anything, no matter what happens.
Best to assume the worst. This could mean
Dragon Age?
You sure she's ready for all of this?
Your reckless conduct has unleashed an enemy that nearly destroyed us 27 years ago.
Let's not lie to each other. I like you.
Kingdoms of Amalur.
Feelings mutual.
Huh. Huh.
I still believe in the dream of the
Huh.
alive.
More of a like a Genshin?
It's us to restore it.
Huh.
Up for that challenge.
Huh. A Rhineland sledgeworm. Okay. Who's making that? What? Like using their tech? The fuck?
As a totally impartial observer, I think they did a great job casting that role. Our next most wanted game is from a developer who created a few quintillion planets last time around, but now is focusing on just one. Explore a fantasy
I am
world
curious.
the size of planet Earth in light.
That's coming out in January, right? Like January 25th? Weird.
Number 12.
Yeah, I guess.
Nothing more appealing to me in a video game than wandering off, and that is why Light No Fire by Hello Games is my most wanted. It's because it's a planetary exploration game where you can pick a point
I
and
wonder if Creative Business Unit 3, like it seems like they're becoming their own company.
for exploration.
If they're also now doing engine licensing and code
We
development.
found the Northwest Passage now, and we still are kind of chasing.
And I guess 14 Mobile is another part of that. If that's like completely under Creative Business Unit 3.
But doing that means that we can.
I wonder if they're trying to wall themselves off from Square Enix a little bit. Like have their own lines of revenue that they completely own. We own and operate this entire line of business.
On a massive scale, and maybe not.
You can keep leverage in some amount of independence.
In video games.
What if Pablo Escobar and the cartels of the 80s had the internet?
I think of this all the time. Finally, somebody's asking.
Welcome to Miami, 1985, where the cartels have more than just guns.
It's a Crime Boss expansion?
In this world, hackers are the cartel's most dangerous weapons. And the biggest cartel's top crew is untouchable. Until now.
Okay, Vita.
Cybercrime.
Before Astra comes back.
The electronic crime unit has one chance. 1 hour a day to infiltrate the cartel's supercomputer and take them down from the inside. But the clock is always against you, and one wrong move could blow your cover. In Vice Undercover, no one is who they seem. Coming soon to a computer near you.
Seems cool. Great style. I like the mixed medium, like
Metal Gear
putting real photos in a game like that.
I am so excited for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which is a remake.
Was that the Final Fantasy 16 studio? Yes.
I'm
Yes,
so
it
happy
was.
that it's gonna bring so many new fans to the series, but it's also gonna please all-time fans like me.
Ooh, 420 East Coast.
4 games so far, and
Congrats,
I'm
folks.
working on the 5th one that are inspired by the series.
Metal Gear.
And so you can imagine when I saw the trailers with the amazing graphics and the quality of life improvements, I just got so excited. I replayed the old ones a bunch of times already just to get ready for it. And so I hope you're as excited as I am. It's got director Nakamura, who's been with the series since MGS1, so they know what they're doing, and it's gonna be amazing.
Once again, you're a one-man army in Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Before
That was an AI-ass game. Potentially, yeah. A lot of those assets could easily be generated with AI. Although,
Number 20. Perfect Dark.
yeah, I guess if no one's gonna sue you about it.
Number 18. Mafia the Old
What is?
Country.
Does Steam have any policy on
17. June Awakening.
uploading and selling AI-generated assets? Because like,
Number 15.
you probably need to swear to Steam that you have the rights to sell everything in the game that you're uploading to them.
Quality of life improvements, I just got so excited. I replayed the old ones a bunch of times.
They do? Yeah, I think they might have to.
And And
You can sell AI stuff, not
You're
NFTs.
as excited as I am. It's got
Okay.
director Nakamura, who's been with the series since MGS1.
They just
so
label it
know
as
what they're
AI.
doing, and it's gonna
Okay,
be
that's
amazing.
interesting. I wonder how that works out legally speaking. Like if you make an AI thing that is very close to a copywritten
Before
thing,
we move on to our top 10 most wanted, let's check the log
is Steam liable for uploading and selling it?
seen so far.
Number 20, Perfect Dark. Number 19, Menace. Number 18, Mafia the Old Country. Number 17, June Awakening.
Yeah, Snake Eater's so good. I am curious.
Number 15.
I'm curious if there's a whole new generation that'll find out about it. Although I do wonder, like, most of its charm is in knowing Connery-era Bond films and, like, 60s spy thrillers.
Light No Fire.
That said, Metal Gear Solid certainly found an audience, even though people maybe weren't aware of its Carpenter
Time for
leanings.
some tactical shooting and a fair bit of backstabbing. Next up on our wish list, 3
3 is so much more nuanced,
control
though.
of an arena in asymmetrical FPS.
Kojima was just straight cribbing movies between, you know, Snatcher and Police Knots, which is still fun. Like, I don't... It works, right? It's fun, it's stupid, a good time. But we're even further away from that. Like, even further away from that whole 60s spy thriller. So I wonder if it'll have any amount of nostalgia.
Deploying healing station.
Yeah. Valor not.
Flash out.
Jesus.
Sending a decoy.
Some fucking aimbot shit, man.
Engaging cloaking device.
YouTuber made a second account where he made AI music that is based on his own music on his real channel. He then sent a DMCA claim to his actual channel, and his real channel couldn't dispute it. Good shit. Valor ain't? Okay, there it is. Toxic Sea Sponge. Thank you. You know what'll solve this problem? More AI. We'll just let AI decide what cases are AI or which ones aren't.
We've received militant tribute from the rebellion. We're here to help you defend this town.
I will not fail you.
I'm into this. I've wondered why there haven't been arcadey or other game types that have taken advantage of scale. Why not? Yeah, why not this? Why not tower defense with thousands of dudes? Gosh, like ants. Games like EDF that are constantly just trying to fill the screen with dudes. Serious Sam 4 did it a little bit, but I don't know. I guess it just doesn't work from a first-person perspective very well.
Retinal scan commencing. Subject identified as...
Wait, what was the name of that game?
See another game
Shit. Age of Darkness. Final Stand. All right.
now.
How was Age of Darkness not taken yet? Oh. Oh, wait, Frostpunk 2? Frostpunk 2's got tech?
What if all my decisions were right?
What if I was never wrong?
What if I did the good thing?
That's what I say to myself every night. I am never wrong. So I should get on Twitch, talk about politics.
To change anything.
Can you grow facial hair? Oh, will ever see Lawrence Dasher a beard? Not in any impressive way, unfortunately. I can get this right here. I can get like a real 2000s dirtbag look. Like I can get a mustache, but it's kind of patchy on the cheeks. And then I have neck.
What if you could decide?
So I could be swarthy. Oh yeah. Game looked interesting. Mostly just for the pedigree of the studio. Yeah, just grow out neck beard. Ugh. I need a really wispy, sad mustache that's growing over my top lip. And then just neck. font isn't doing it for me. The Alters. A-L-T-E-R-S. Yeah, very Y2K font. I don't know. This is partially just because I. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was about to say I'm seeing a lot of Y2K throwback. Got some sweet D&B breaks. But that logo is certainly a Y2K ass font, which is sort of shades of like late 60s, early 70s retro future. Cycles. All about the cycles, Mason. Jungle's in. Yeah, I'm kind of happy. I've always liked Jungle. Really good music to like work out to or to work to. Do house chores.
The Thing Remastered.
This is Stephen Kick from Night Dive Studio.
Hey!
We're usually not
Steven's
good
great.
about keeping secrets, but
Oh, good evening from Buckinghamshire, England. Hello. Good afternoon from the west coast of California. The Zoomers, for some reason, love the yachts. I get why. It's a goofy time. It's more expressive. The fashion is really fun and quirky.
Stay the hell away from me. I'm warning you.
Cartoony, colorful.
I ain't going nowhere with
New Y2K movie with Kyle Mooney tomorrow.
and I'll help get us out of here.
New Y2K movie? Y2K2?
My men are dying out there.
You're out of your league here, Blake.
Kyle Mooney's 90s YouTube video for Y2K was great. I don't know what any of that is. Speaking of Carpenter, so it's is this a facetious
Trust no one.
movie about
Obviously.
comedy horror directed by?
I'll
Okay,
tell you,
all right.
The Thing Remastered is out and you can play it right now.
Comedy horror about Y2K. It's out now. Oh, Descenders? Shadow Drop. Play that? I want to play Fantasian. Also, Indiana Jones unlocks in like 3 hours. Deuce Downing, thanks for the sub. Sender's next. Awesome. Indie comes out today. Early access, yeah. And because I'm a special boy, I got an early access code from Bethesda. So, early thank you to Bethesda. I'm excited. I mean, Machine Games has my like my loyalty. Eater. Nice. Restructured. Oh my gosh. Good jokes. Good jokes.
Coming up in the show.
This is like a cooperative game dev sim game? Or do you just play it on your own? I don't know. That looked awesome. What's indie all about? It's about the Great Circle. It belongs at a museum. Uh-oh. Hurry's in. Yeah, hopefully we get to sock it to some Nazis. I don't know. I saw some preview stuff. Here's what I got. Indiana Jones. He's in a museum. Tony Todd busts in, steals something. Indiana Jones is all like, why did he take it? And thus starts the adventure. I'm gonna guess there's gonna be a series of like logical jumps that has Indy trotting to new locations. I'm okay. Like, I really do want it to be a globe-trotting adventure game. Playing Dragon Quest III reminded me of how much I like those and how uncommon they kind of are. Yeah, rest in peace, Tony Todd. This might be his last role? Unless he has some stuff banked up. Who's the Todd Howard self-insert? Yeah, he's got to be in the game, right? Who would Todd choose to be?
Because of ourselves. The world lies in ruins, and now the future is in her.
I think he would be like a shadowy local that like in the establishing shots of a given new place. Indy just kind of turns to a guy and is like, hey, do you know where this place is? And then the guy, who is Todd Howard, says, oh yeah, it's just down the street. And then Indy's like, thanks. And then Todd's like, hey, big fan. And then there's like a pause and Indy's like, and then Todd like hangs on the camera for just a second and then pulls his hood up and then turns and walks away. And then there's a beat where Indy's just like, what does that mean? And then he goes back to walking down the street. That's gonna be Todd. Steel Seed. That looks cool. Yeah. And then it follows Todd, where he steps onto a horse cart. What the fuck was that? What? No. I think that's the shortest game teaser I've ever seen. Oh, this is dank. Biopunk. Whoa. Some like Sonic bonus level trippiness. Uh-oh. Yes. Yeah, I had the demo for that installed.
You've played games where
Sonokumi sounds awesome.
You've played games where you're a business tycoon. But are you ready to be a football tycoon? Manage logistics and strategy in real-world cities as you prepare for major football events in the next game on our wish list, Copper City.
Welcome to Copa City. You organize.
You played the demo, Weaver?
Invite top football clubs and meet their expectations.
Yeah, that game looks like it's got the juice.
Pull in fans from all around the world. Safety is key, but don't be boring.
Football manager? No, I think it's football stadium manager.
It's mandatory. Manage finances like a
Yeah, you're not actually managing the teams or anything like that.
Maintain your pitch. Get ready. It's your game. Host your football.
Watching you on both YouTube and Twitch is trippy. It's like you're having a conversation with
Our
yourself.
story began with a few steadfast,
The AIs have gone bananas.
a dream, and a woodcutter's axe.
After I'm dead,
We built some homes.
and an AI decides that the bulk of the YouTube VODs that I've uploaded got enough views to warrant converting me into an AI,
built something
then the AI will give birth to Lawrence AI.
to be proud of.
But then the AI will determine that Lawrence AI bot does better when Lawrence AI bot is arguing with himself.
one's going straight to the top of my wish list, and something tells me our next game is going straight to
So then there will be another slightly stupider, slightly angrier Lawrence. The dials will be turned a little bit.
Nossa terra há de parar de queimar.
Looks like No Rest for the Wicked. Man, I love this art style.
É uma chance de reescrever a história pelas mãos do povo. Voltar e voltar até que a nossa versão seja contada.
Desista, Jagunço. A força do progresso irá reduzir canudos a pó.
Não é justiça. Muitos foram escravizados e explorados pela lei dos sonhos.
The abilities are wacky. Moves real fast. Hell Clock. Okay.
Eu vou trazer nosso conselheiro de volta.
Mad Mushroom. He worked on.
Até o quinto dos infernos.
That looks cool. Man, if you could make a game called Hellcock, you'd be set. The race is on to develop the first game called Hellcock. The shit? And vehicle combat? Oh, those are some real tasty explosions. Okay. Good idea.
Number 9. Wonder Stop.
Hi, my name's Davey Reedon, and along with the rest of the team at Ivy Road, I've been creating Wander Stop, a narrative cozy game about making tea. You'll play as a former tournament fighter named Alta, who has to put her past aside in order to tend a charming shop and brew tea for its various customers.
I am super down with, like,
years ago, I wrote
games describing themselves as cozy.
The Beginner's Guide, and after finishing those games, I was unbelievably burnt out. Like, I seriously thought I might never write another narrative for games ever again. And so I decided that I wanted to make a cozy game.
Yeah, retirement sim.
Simple and peaceful that could heal me and restore balance to my life. And I discovered very quickly that I didn't actually know how to design a cozy game. And so suddenly the stress was piling on exactly the same as before. Something had to change. And so very slowly, piece by piece, I began taking elements of my burnout and my feelings of hopelessness, and I just put them right into the game's narrative. And then suddenly the coziness became this really interesting creative constraint. Like, how do you tell a really unpleasant, uncomfortable story in a format designed around comfort? Typically in games like this, the protagonist is cheerfully excited to do the work. And so what if instead our protagonist absolutely did not want to be here? If she was broken and beaten down and starving for answers, could this charming little environment help heal her? And this became super interesting to me because that's what I had wanted. I had wanted to just do some pleasant work and then become all better. But healing is way more complicated than that. Healing is messy and it's bitter, and I want to know how to do it. I want to believe
Good eye look tech.
to leave your old self behind and become someone new, someone better than I am, someone more capable of rest and calm and inner peace. But God, it's so hard to do.
Huh. Great story. Cool way to sell the concept of the game.
Is anyone else up for a piping hot cuppa? Drink it quickly though, because Wonder Stop is just around the corner. Brewing up than March the 11th. Moving on to the next game on our most wanted list. We are so keen to play Obsidian Entertainment's long-awaited fantasy RPG Avowed. We even challenged game director Carrie Patel to answer as many questions as possible within 60 seconds. The clock starts now.
Like a new interview format?
Number 8. Avowed.
My name is Carrie Patel. I'm the game director of Avowed, and I'm about to answer some rapid-fire questions.
All right, let's get into it. Carrie, what's the best thing about being a godlike in Avowed?
Getting some sick facial fronds.
Isn't there an awful lot of dying for this being the living lands?
If you're playing it right, yes, but hopefully it's not happening to you.
Can you tell me what difficulty options players are going to have in Avowed?
Yeah, I'm excited for this game.
Similar to what we offered in Pillars of Eternity and Dead
I think it's
So if you had to pick, what are the best weapons?
I think there's a lot of players now that are looking for a little more video game substance.
Weapons to dual wield.
Dual maces.
And
isn't bringing a gun to a sword fight kind of cheating?
Less superficial fantasy fulfillment, I guess.
What about bringing a wand to a sword fight or a gun?
Well, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 outsell Avowed.
Did any
Probably
of Deadfire's sea shanties make it in as Easter eggs?
Well, you'll have to explore and find out.
What's your favorite magic item if you had to pick just one?
That's no commentary on the quality of either game, by the way.
There's a draconic charm that's pretty helpful.
Carrie, when and where can I play Avowed?
You can play Avowed on February 18th, and you can wishlist Avowed right now on Xbox consoles, PC, and Steam.
I want most likely to trigger a pointless culture war list from PC Gaming Show. Oi.
The world's greatest game show.
Hey. Finals was a lot of fun. Yeah, let me think. What are people gearing up to get all mad about? It's almost getting to where you can kind of see the ripples before they happen. Excellent. December 12th. Hey,
Number 7.
Speaking of.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Hans, look at me.
I don't know, the video game culture word scene seems a little quiet right now, thank God. Everybody's trying to find the next thing to get mad at, I think.
It's a nasty business.
Henry!
And it is better to have your head on your neck and your foe on his knees than the other way around.
These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws, and bandits roaming the country. I urge you all to be vigilant. You know who I am!
Sigismund is mustering his allies and their armed forces to Kuttenberg.
God. I always told myself I'd have time to go back and play Kingdom Come Deliverance before the sequel hit.
Are we seriously gonna wait? Cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame?
Now's the time. It is. Maybe we can get to it in January. Oh, gamer culture war right now is everyone versus Ubisoft. Yeah, I guess they can't do anything right.
You look like you're new to Rosewall.
Oh wait, everyone got all bent out of shape about that one Obsidian art director
Things were
tweeting about gender options or something. Because I guess Elon did. I don't know. That was the latest fuel for the fire that I saw. As everybody was like getting really chuffed that they had like social media to gloat about.
Food, tools,
Dude, it's
roads,
sad.
whatever that is. You can make all kinds of stuff.
But I need to know how it works. Like I have to have some understanding of that particular psychopathy to make games media. It's the sort of thing where unless you're wise to how those behavior patterns move, you can accidentally find yourself the target of them.
There's also a whole mystery afoot.
And that's just a lot of like headache that
The
you
bottom
don't
of it,
need.
if you can keep your shop from
Meaningless
going
noise.
under. Good luck.
Staring into the abyss. I try not to. Because there's a trap there too of watching people get mad at stuff so you feel smugly superior to them. I don't want to do that either.
New games on day one.
It's more just being aware of the brain rot.
Safe house. Next. Want to pilot an Airbus around the world?
But I don't know how to fly.
Yeah, me neither. You're now cleared for PC Game Pass.
I want a new career.
F1 driver, Jedi, musician. Wibbs got boo.
Look at that. Game Pass buying ads.
This is my kind of office party.
I want it.
Marketing The Sims as part of Game Pass.
What?
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da.
I'm traveling the world?
Da-da-da-da.
Who's next?
Da-da-da-da-da.
League of Legends champions. Riot benefits. Say less.
League of Legends champion.
I meant the ones in the game.
You're in the game now.
There was a code there.
Listen more with PC Game Pass. You know what I'm gonna say. Yeah, we got you.
Hold on a minute.
Get all the.
I meant the ones in the game.
You're in the
Uh-oh. Scoop them up, folks.
game now. Get all this and more with.
Recodes. Isn't Sims free? Yeah. So is
I can't imagine.
That was League of Legends.
Possessed you to agree to this.
I think you get perks or bonuses or something. Xbox. Xbox, Xbox, Xbox.
As for the answers you seek, I can only set you on the path.
Oh, I see you hecking love League. Mods, please ban Ice Axie. Please ban.
The final secrets of
Don't worry, Ice. We'll get you banned real quick here.
transfix mankind with monstrous eyes.
In a minute, anytime now. Mods must be busy. That's okay.
We are to witness.
I've here, let me file a report about that. Oops, that was my dingle. My bad. Yeah, poor guy doesn't know any better. Just how it goes sometimes. On's busy playing League. God damn it.
May the God of Heaven inspire your heart with peculiar determination. Come the day that you must face the truth of our world.
Okay. Neat. Neato. World premiere. Okay, so there's a fair amount of world premieres going on.
Through songs, we summon heroes of old, honored or cursed. We are wardens of the She.
Okay.
Gatekeepers of the other world. We are bards, druids, warriors. We are Fianna.
Legends of Arwen, Rise of the Fianna. Sick. And that logo. Blake Stoneback.
I knew someday I would return. But this place, this oasis,
Look, we got Goopy Games? Or Goopy Guys?
it's strange. The longer I stay, the more I start to believe that maybe I never left. Everyone I ever loved vanished. I came here seeking answers. But those that remain here, they won't let me have them. If I don't tread lightly, This place will become my prison.
Yeah, this is just ripping off Mario. Another Mario ripoff. That's a fun title. They got a screamy hallway. Team VR, okay. I'm intrigued.
Number 6. Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Let's talk about Death Stranding 2 on the beach, because I'm not ready. And I think that's the point. Like, do I have much patience for auteur worship? No, I don't. But do I have a favourite guy in the whole world? Yes, I do. It's Hideo Kojima. Like, whatever he's putting down, I'm picking it up. I am tangling myself in the strands. Let's do it. Because have you seen this footage? What is happening in this game? We've got a little man now that
a little man
hanging off your belt, and he's like a little puppet, and he talks, and he's moving at a
He moves at stop motion, yeah.
everyone else. There's a guy whose electric guitar is a weapon that shoots lightning. Like, come on, let's go. I just have to know more, and I have to fight the fight and wave the flag for weirdness in game dev when everything is.
Oh yeah, they're
so
underwater.
Kojima
Or in a time freeze or some shit. Who fucking knows?
Bombastic, massive swing storytelling and high concept world stuff that's like, just there isn't anything else like it. So yes, I am most excited for Death Stranding 2 on the beach coming out in 2025.
We are this close to reaching the top 5, people. But first, a quick recap of the most wanted games we just revealed. At number 10, the restoration of a 2002 horror classic, The Thing Remastered, which is out right now.
Out now.
Percolating at number 9 is cozy tea shop sim Wonderstop, while Obsidian's fantasy RPG event.
Yeah, Wonderstop was pretty heartfelt.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 galloped into the 7th slot, and Death Stranding 2 on the beach bridges the gap at number 6. There are only 5 more games left, so let's get...
You feel an unmistakable urge to take a break from the most wanted list.
Man, this is a long show, huh?
To take a break from the show right now.
You feel a powerful compulsion.
Fantasian is out.
Company checkbook and write a bonus check for the show's narrator, Amelia Tyler.
Amelia is doing such a great job narrating the show. I think I'll write her a bonus check.
The amount is 10 great British pounds.
Ooh.
I'll give her a bonus of 10. What?
What made those pounds so great?
Look, I mean,
'Cause it wasn't
I've
Britain.
gotta say, you are in complete control of the narrative here. You could ask for way more than 10 pounds.
Authority, yeah. Nautical power.
Okay. That
Can-do
is a
attitude.
little better, but it could be a lot more, seriously.
You feel an intense longing to mail this check at your earliest convenience.
I could mail it right now.
Maybe this weekend, if it's not too much.
They called the sequel On the Beach. They sure did.
This weekend.
T Platt. That's not a joke. The name of the game is Death Stranding 2,
Until the
On the Beach. The Death Stranding beach episode.
Number 5.
Oh, jeez.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Here comes the exclusive.
So, the first ever GTA game I remember playing was Grand Theft Auto Vice City on the PS2, and with Grand Theft Auto 6, baby, we're coming back to Vice City! Ah! I always enjoy the freedom to explore in open world games, and as a Floridian myself, I cannot wait to travel throughout all the cities.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Rockstar's Miami again.
I am the Chaos Queen after all. Also, we have our first ever female protagonist. Hello. I am so excited to see how our story plays out. I cannot wait.
You gonna wait for 20, or you're waiting for PC? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, here we go. Ooh. It's like a 2D stage. Old boy level. Oh, of course. Jeez. Okay, just a little check-in. That's all right.
Number 4.
Is this Cyberpunk? You bet your ass. Also very Y2K energy in the protagonist.
I've worked in procedural and roguelike games for a long time, and obviously I very much enjoyed Slay the Spire. But I'm mostly curious about Slay the Spire 2 because
It's got the same music
excitement and
person that did some of the music for John Wick
indie games
and composer.
deck building. And so I feel like as a designer, I have to play Slay the Spire 2 just to be conversant in what the next chapter of games might look like.
Before we reveal the 3 games sitting at the top of our most wanted list, let's recap everything we've seen so far.
Judas. Killing Floor 3. Control 2. Crescent County. Citizen Sleeper 2. Perfect Dark. Menace.
Yeah, they've only recapped it 15 times. I mean, it is kind of important to say the names of the games multiple times these days.
Witchbrook.
I actually really liked what Xbox's last showcase did, where like they had an intermission in the middle where they showed you the name of the game and the key art again. Like a little hold card where you could just kind of like look at it for a bit.
Metal Gear Solid Delta. Snake Eater. The Thing Remastered. Wonderstop.
It's interesting that they're doing this for the games that are in their list and not necessarily the advertisers.
Stranding 2 on the beach.
None of these are Monster Hunter Wilds. That'll probably be in the top 3, you don't think?
It has
Such a
been
huge game now.
monster of a show, and we're now on the hunt for our last 3 games on the most wanted list. Hey, that's a pretty big hint for the wild game that's sitting at number 3.
Doom? Oh, there you go. Well, I was sorry. I wasn't thinking that was Doom, but
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Dark Ages probably going to be in there, I would hope. Oh, Hades 2? Yeah. Yeah, they haven't shown Hades 2 yet. Although that's technically, I don't know if early access counts.
僕たちが大事にしているゲームデザインとか、表現力っていうのが世界の方にすごく理解してもらえるものだっていうのは自分たちにとってもすごく自信になりました。ワイルズの方は本当にさらにそのモンスターハンターでワールドで評価してもらった部分っていうのをさらに拡張して、よりそのワールドで興味を持ってもらった人にしっかりモンスターハンターのファンになってもらうっていうのを、心がけて制作しました。
Shoulders have been really tight lately. It's weird. I think now if I ever drink, my muscles just kind of stiffen up, and I got to do a lot of stretching to get them back being loosey-goosey. Yeah, what a good time to be Capcom. I mean, I'm happy that they're still making games like Exoprimal and Kunitsugami. I hope they still keep this pace of like hitting their big franchises with amazing games. Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, Street Fighter. I guess Street Fighter's not really a huge property by the sales of it. But I do hope they keep making the original games too, because those I had a lot of fun with. I don't think they sold well at all, but yeah, I think Exoprimal, it's either shutting down or they announced it's shut down, I think. And Kunitsugami, they basically said didn't sell, which is not entirely surprising. I could even tell that it just didn't really capture people's imagination like it did mine, which is a bit tragic, but it is what it is.
プレイングになってると思いますし、楽しそうにプレイしてるってもらってるっていうのはやっぱりいつでも大事にしたいというかそこ。
Oh yeah, Street Fighter 6 sold like 4 million. That's not bad.
やっぱその上手に。
That's like a solid mid-range AAA. But like Resident Evil and Monster Hunter sells in the tens of millions, right? I think so.
例えばモンさんにやられてしまってもなんか楽しそうにしてるとかうろうろしてるだけで楽しそうにしてるなとかなんかそういう
A loot box?
その人のいろんな見方でいろんな楽しみを見出してくれてるのを見ると
Yeah, McPheelan, I agree. I think people couldn't. I don't think people could tell from a glance what Exoprimal really was. And they did some cool stuff in Exoprimal that I had a lot of fun with. They had a Mega Man event in Exoprimal where you fight the Yellow Devil. And there were some big, like huge scale PvE style fights that were super fun. But yeah, I don't think anyone ever got to that.
20周年っていう大きなモンスターハンターにとってもすごく、メモリアルな年に出せたっていうのも僕たちにとってもすごく、感慨深いものがあります。
I don't know. I respect a lot when a studio still like is constantly putting seeds in the ground as opposed to harvesting brands. And I think that's also really important for developers too, to like be able to pitch new ideas and to work on new concepts of games.
This is the first time in the series that a Monster Hunter game will have a simultaneous launch on consoles and PC. So please, join me in the largest celebratory fist pump in PC gaming history.
Yes. Oosh, 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 oosh.
Monster Hunter Wilds launches in February 2025.
It's seriously the best possible scenario. I never would have thought that a Japanese developer would start simultaneously launching their top-tier franchises on PC.
When we last saw him in 2020, he was bouncing around like Mario and swinging around like Spider-Man. But in his next adventure, he's flinging a shield like Captain America.
Yes.
And using a cannon that
All right, we're here. We did it.
like, well,
Our
number 2 most wanted game is Doom, The Dark Ages.
Number 2.
I did get to see this at QuakeCon, but they did not show very much more than they...
I actually saw new gameplay of Doom the Dark Age back at QuakeCon.
I'm about to say the same thing.
Surprise, surprise! It looks sick. It is darker. It is more grounded. It's brutal. I saw the Slayer riding a dragon. I saw
Incredible shirt, yeah.
mech. I saw a goddamn
QuakeCon
plasma rifle.
typically has a Pets Alive sponsorship, which is a local shelter in Dallas for
from 2016 and Eternal to Heart here.
of the skull gun, the head cannon.
Let them cook, because at the end of the day, the most important thing, we're getting more Doom.
Yes, yes. There's always a dog and a cat shirt at QuakeCon.
Riding. How does every new Doom game manage to get even more metal than the last? You'll be able to say hell yeah to Doom, The Dark Ages in 2020.
This guy's torqued. Yeah, Dave is an exceptional specimen.
Don't worry. This time it's not a containment breach, zombie outbreak, or teleportation accident. That sound just means that we've ranked 24 games and there's only one left on our most wanted list. Are you ready for one more turn? Like Monster Hunter and Doom the Dark Ages, our number 1 most wanted game is the newest entry in a legendary series that's been around for a heck of a long time. Or should I say, a hex of a long time. Among the dozens of exciting
It's Civ,
games
yeah.
up for consideration, this is the game that received the highest voting totals from our expert council of developers, critics, and content creators. The council.
I mean, Civ is good.
And here it is at last.
We like Civ.
Our most wanted game.
And now for our number 1 most wanted game, Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Zelda.
Dear Firaxis Games, our imminent council have been hard at work building a definitive list of the most exhilarating and anticipated PC games on the horizon. Assembled from more than 80 of the most talented game developers, prolific content creators, and heralded game critics, we gave them one assignment. Using the wisdom that they have gained from weathering the tumultuous ages of the games industry, the council have decreed Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Love presenting somebody with a flowery presentation letter.
2024. Wishing everyone at Firaxis Games a successful launch, and once again, congratulations to our most wanted game of 2024. With profound admiration, the council.
The council has summoned you to the chamber. Kneel before the council. The council would like to honor you. That's awesome. That was this nerd-ass letter. Yeah, hopefully it was in, like, it was written with a fountain pen. Calligraphy. Giant quill.
For us, it's very important that a new chapter in the Civilization franchise has to be sort of just as epic as the game is. We can't just iterate a teeny little bit in certain areas, polish up the graphics. That's not worthy of another chapter in the Civilization story. If you look back over the whole course of the franchise, has been a constant is that each major new version does innovate and does take a few things that maybe were standard and were established and goes ahead and uproots those in the service of getting to the next major milestone for the series. We had a lot of data.
We're proud to announce Civ 7 will have hardcore penetrative sex.
All the way to the end. They just wouldn't finish them. And so we wanted to do whatever we could, whether it was reducing micromanagement, restructuring the game, really address that problem directly. So there are a lot of little systemic refinements that we've gone through, and by and large, most of them thoughtfully look at where the player was investing their time and think about whether there's a better way to make that a little bit more streamlined. So one of the big foundational changes in Civ 7 is that you don't stick with a civilization throughout the entire course of the game.
What?
We introduced the concept of ages.
Oh.
Break the game up into chapters.
Oh, okay, yeah, like when you shift your government type.
A civilization that was an empire at the height of its power during that specific period of history.
And so we have to think about what is going on
Here comes
in
Andrew.
the world at different points in time. And once we kind of get those broad sense of global dynamics down, who are the major world powers here? Who are the big influences on the global stage at each one of these points in history? That's really a place where we can build a composite picture of the processes and dynamics that are kind of co-creating and shaping the world.
We felt like for the big
Damn, that was a hell of a sentence.
historical Civ experience, breaking it up to 3 chapters was the right way to dig deep into making that the best representation of that chapter of history that we possibly can. We're challenging players to not look at the history of an empire as something that started in 4000 BC, made it to the present, and is going on without end. It's not really very reflective of the way things work in real history. You know, you have twice during the game where you're going to make a big decision, a big possible strategic pivot to a different empire. Now there's so many different combinations, and you can choose, you know, science civs from different places in the world and link them together for your playthrough, and we have to figure out how those attach to leaders, which aren't necessarily hardwired into civs anymore. But that all just becomes part of the long journey that you have building up your empire, and it does feel like one continuous journey, and that civ moment to moment, one more turn gameplay, we've made sure that we've got plenty of that still baked in there. Personally,
Leaders aren't tied to civilizations anymore, huh?
Different unique ways to start my game, and then
So Adolf Hitler is a free agent. That's what I'm hearing.
additional civilizations, and I think our fans are really, once they try it out, gonna love that.
Gandhi's roaming the earth, cracking skulls.
Sid Meier's Civilization 7 is coming to PC
Gandhi's just snapped Lincoln's neck.
on February 11th, 2025.
It can't be stopped. They better have more food cutscenes in Wilds. They do, I'm pretty sure. People that played the preview
There you have it.
talked about the
Sid
food.
Meier's Civilization 7 is our most wanted game. And even
Positively
better,
pornographic
around the corner.
meat jiggles.
The new age of Civ begins on February 11th. And that's our show. Your wish list is no doubt packed with great games thanks to the tireless work of our experts on the council. And remember, you can find every single game on today's show in one
Yeah, this set is crazy good, right?
visiting pcgamer.com/wishlist. 2025 is already looking like a stellar year for PC gaming, so we're excited to invite you to join us for another PC
No Witcher 4? I don't think that's coming out next year. I
We'll
don't
cook up
I
another
think that was supposed to be the
Most Wanted next year too.
concept
Until
around
then, I'll
the
be in
list.
lab with dozens of our top scientists.
Warning, containment breach.
With a few of our remaining scientists.
Alien mutagen released.
With one mutated scientist.
Security systems compromised.
Good thing you got a Steam Deck before the tariffs kick in.
Nice until the next show.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's another benefit of getting your upgrades in now.
Chamber.
Remain seated until the PC Gaming Show
Dorky.
Does that work though? If I didn't mess up.
Are they gonna thaw her out at the beginning of the next episode?
PC Gaming editors, it is I, Day9.
I'm here to record my segments. Okay, what the f? Drink some sewage out of this jar. Oh, all right. Anything for content.
Day Night's channeling the power of Uncle Fester.
Sorry. God.
Oh, golly, doctor. I inhaled my own spit.
People like to make memes about Shaggy's power level, but you know that Fester's has got to be through the roof.
Let's go. Horror games. We're going to drop into proximity chat with someone who spent their fair share of time in sandbox.
Uncle Fester seems indestructible. Like, completely undamageable by any physical means.
What is it with you interns and jump scares?
Blah, blah, blah.
One of those things where, like, you have to attack him psychically, and even that is difficult.
Is that what you're calling it? A mouthful? Snake eater?
Sorry, I'm a child. I shouldn't be allowed around adults. Or other humans in any way, of any age.
I do my own stunts. I'm the Tom Cruise.
What do you mean it's Fester from Fester's Quest?
Your wish list. Oh, fuck, I can't do.
He takes down like a alien biomenace all by himself. I guess not all by himself. There's some like items and stuff in that game. With his bare hands. Bald ass Uncle Fester sipping on a cocktail in his folding chair. Aliens show up and he's like, well, time to get to work.
Oh, I actually said James Wright. I second guessed myself.
And he fucking dumpsters them all.
Long weekend. Thanks for watching. Oh shit, that was
Cybernetic alien biomenace, no problem. He dies in like one hit. That's true. But the canon ending is that you win, right? So he makes it through, no problem. Awesome. That was a fun show. A lot of cool stuff. Do enjoy the vibrance on PC. To wit, it's time to play a beautiful video game. Fantasian.